Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
So excited to have Teresa Rene on with Decoupage Queen.
I know. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's an open invitation, although I know you're super busy, but we
I
love
know.
when you're here. I mean, you're our Decoupage Queen. Come on now.
Well, it's few and far between that I can get over here, but I did want to show you guys some fun stuff with the journal kits and the scrapbook papers, some things that I've been working on too. So I figured I'd bring you on camera while we do I've already got one signature done. And so I thought I'd bring you guys on camera while I continue to work on this journal and kind of show you my thought process. So
Julie says, where you been?
I know I'm back this week. And then, so I'll be live Tuesday and Thursday over on my channel. And then I'll be gone for another week. I'll be at the beach, not the beach. I'll be on a cruise over Thanksgiving. But rest assured, you guys, I am diligently working on spring collection.
Oh yeah.
So that doesn't, even though you don't see me, all the stuff continues.
It doesn't stop. It does not stop for her. Like
it doesn't stop.
She's constantly going.
Just know that if you don't see me for a while, that means amazing things are happening behind the scenes that I can't tell you about.
that she wants to tell you about, but she can't tell you about.
I can't. Nope, I can't.
Hi, Lori. Hello, Margaret. Hello. Hi, Rennie. Thank you. Yeah, if you share the video, we would love it. If you like and share, we love it. But yeah, so we don't get to have her here very often, but when she is here, we love it. So if you want me to turn the screen over to you,
sure,
I will give it to you.
All right.
Alrighty. There you go.
All right. So I'm going to turn my camera down. We're going to dive right in. You guys because I have right about an hour. I have to go grocery shopping and all this stuff for the week. But I didn't want to miss this opportunity before Christmas, really, to kind of do some Christmas journaling with you guys and show you all of the fun ways that I am using our scrapbook papers along with the cozy winter journal kit, you guys. So that's really what I wanted to do. I know. Spring. Yeah. So I'm always a season or two ahead, you guys. So I'm always thinking about, believe it or not. And sometimes I'll design a paper a year in advance and just sit on it. So we have to work really far ahead. But what I wanted to show you, I've already assembled the base that I'm going to use for my journal. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But first, what I wanted to show you, let me move some of this out of the way, is the signature that I have already done. I've already done one, and I'm going to try to get through at least a few pages of the next one and also decorate the cover, my journal cover. So what I did first was, this is actually just a page from the Cozy Winter Journal Kit right here. And so this is my signature cover here. And the outside, I just left it completely plain because I really liked it that way.
You don't really have to do much to it. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Right. And I'm not going to do, so I have the rest of them and I'm going to leave them all plain. So I have the other pages, the other signature covers from the rest of the the journal kit.
Hi, so Luna. Just in case people are new, signatures are?
They're just little booklets that go inside your journal. So, and it's easier to group them together versus doing a whole big, bundle at once, if that makes sense.
And our journal kits are perfect because you've done signatures already made in both of our kits. So, yeah.
So the sunflower kit and the cozy winter kit, I already have 4 pre-designed signature covers for you that you can use as is, or you can decorate yourself. So this is the first one, and I'm just going to flip through this here with you guys so you can see my pages.
Well,
So
she's so glad she's here because she wants to learn, because she wants to recover her Bible.
Oh, how awesome. That would be amazing. Okay, so what I did here is I cut, this is the belly band page from the journal kit. So I'm just going to pull, I've got the complete set over here and I can show you the pages that I've used. So it's this page and I just cut some of it and then I put a couple little pieces of ephemera. This is stuck together with double-sided tape, this stuff. So it's just here, here, and here. And I'm going to do some examples. So then, you know, one thing that I'm really loving is using fabric inside journal pages. I really like the look of that. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought red fabric and then I bought this white fabric that has these little snowflakes on it. How cute is that? So I am using that red and white fabric and I'm kind of layering them in conjunction with the papers in order to create really fun textures. So here, what I have here is actually, so it's the red fabric. And then I have a card. This is just, it's just an index card, believe it or not. And I stuck a piece of vellum paper to it. So,
Julie, where do you find these? I'm putting in the link right now for our retailers. All you need to do is put in your zip code, and then you will find a retailer either online or near you, brick and mortar. Sorry about that, Teresa.
And I just wanted to show people how you would use all of these products together. Okay, so I'm using a combination here of rice paper, journal kit, scrapbook paper, vellum to illustrate the fact that you can literally use what you have, right? So you don't necessarily have to use all of this, but pick things out that speak to you. So I applied that vellum paper to an index card and I glued it down and I made a little pocket. And then I've got some little, these are Tim Holtz ephemera pieces that I just stuck inside. And you guys, the Tim Holtz stuff like coordinates so well. This is a little Tim Holtz sticker. It coordinates so well with our stuff. I was shocked. Okay, so next over here, I have another page. This is actually an envelope. So it opens and here I've got a little piece of cutout ephemera that as this is one of the little cutout pieces. It's stuck right onto this little label. And then a couple little pieces inside. I'm also using little bits of things that I already had, like I have sheet music laying around the house, you know, so it's not 100% all Decoupage Queen. It's mix and match with other stuff that you have, guys. Then I made this little pocket here. This is a little pocket. And then I have a little, this is the inside. I've got another little envelope. This is covered in rice paper, little tags inside. This is actually the cover from the kit. look what I did, Teri. I used the cover.
I always say everything you can use. I mean, you can even use the belly band. Well, the Decoupage Queen, you can use that as a belly band. So you can use every inch of it. Don't throw anything away.
Don't throw the cover away because it's got lots of fun stuff on there. So I used the cover here and then I cut out this little tree. It's not as pretty as yours that you did with your scan and cut, but I did put it out.
I cheat though.
And then on the inside, we have more little stuff. So we are going to do a couple pages. I'm just showing you hopefully what it's sort of going to look like when I'm done. So we're going to do a few pages together. So you can kind of get an idea of how you might put something like this together.
Hi, Lisa and Mrs. King and Colleen is here. They're saying hi to you. So
hello, everybody.
So Margaret says she's never made a journal, going to attempt a family recipe junk journal for her daughter as a Christmas.
Oh my, that would be amazing. Mm-hmm. That would be so awesome. I'm thinking we might need a food kit. This one I actually forgot. I was going to make a pocket, but I forgot. I just glued it on. So there's no pocket on this one. And then look at this tiny little envelope here, you guys. Look how cute that is. So I have the belly band, a piece of ephemera, and then I have this tiny little envelope attached to it with little cut thingies. So anyway, that is one signature that I have that's done. We're going to start another one. First, before we do that, we're actually going to get a little bit of decoupage on our book. Does everybody know how I made this? I did when Sunflower Ephemera Pack came out, I did do a live with the sunflower, and I made one of these, but
it was actually, yeah, because it was the last time you were on with me.
Yep. So
yeah, well, yeah, we went through that.
I'll just make another one real fast.
Yeah, because it was, well, everybody loved it when you did it the last time too, so I'm sure.
Yeah. So this is matte board, and I got this from Amazon. It's like Golden State Arts or something like that, and it's just matte board, like you do use for framing. And you can literally cut this to whatever size you want. So what I did here on the one that I have assembled was I made my signature first so I could get an idea of how chunky and thick it was going to end up being. And then I cut out my journal from there so that I know when I get this in here, it's going to fit nice. Okay. And then I can always trim it if it's a little too short. So I made this one a little bit bigger. She has no idea what she would do.
Yeah, I was just gonna, I laughed because Teresa went through, I don't know if you're still doing it, but she went through a phase. She loves making them, but then she's like, I don't know what to put in it.
Well, I sell them. People like buying them. I don't know. I don't keep them. People like buying these things. I don't know why. I'm like, okay.
Well, now what are you going to do? Because I made you a folio, so you have to use it.
Oh, okay, so that's different. When people make me things, I have a whole display case, like a display shelf at my office where I keep all the things that people have made me. And so that's where it goes. It's going to be like it's my shelf of treasures that people have made me. And I love that. Yeah.
That's
so
cool. Lisa, I can't even figure out how to sell stuff.
You know, people use them for like coffee table books or memory albums. People actually put real photos in them as well. So they can be useful. It's kind of like the modern version of scrapbooking. I think it's like like the latest trend, very similar to scrapbooking. Wouldn't you say, Teri?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So Tyvek tape. So see what I did? So I'm building a book here. I just have some matte board and I have some Tyvek tape. The Tyvek tape is basically acting like my hinge. Okay. And I'm going to wrap it around. It's like it makes this thing basically indestructible. So it can bend and twist and turn and never come apart. So that's why you want Tyvek tape. It's like a construction grade, very durable, heavy duty tape. Okay. So
I still need to get that because I actually use the use the Tyvek envelopes. So once I use a lot, because they last forever. Obviously, you're only using a little bit of the envelope, but right. I'm gonna get the tape because it's so much better.
It's easier to work with.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah. So there you go. There's one base done. You can either paint this part white, the Tyvek part, or you can just wrap it in white paper before you decoupage. Because if you decoupage just like this, you're going to see the Tyvek through it, which you don't want. Okay, so here we go. We have a book, and then I would cut another piece to this same size for the inner spine. Yes, so that it will you leave a little space so that your hinge will work. It's
Yeah.
just like installing a hinge,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so there we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some or rip some red fabric. And if you notice what I did here, I don't know if you guys caught this, but what I did with this little booklet was it sort of nests. So the outside piece, the outside page is the biggest, and the middle page is just a little bit smaller, and then this one is smaller still. So I think that is a very interesting way when you're doing signatures to make them, to just kind of vary the sizes a little bit and then make them gradually smaller as you work in. And that way, when it's laying flat like this, like open in the middle, it just looks very interesting. It makes you want to look through the whole thing because the rest of it is showing little bits, if that makes sense. Does that kind of make sense?
Yep. Yep.
So anyway.
I love the way that looks. And I don't know if you do this too, but like for, using the fabric and lace and whatnot, I like the textures and the different feels too.
I do too.
Yeah. See?
Yep. And that's what I love about vellum.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you're just shaking the vellum, we know.
The vellum. I just like to shake the vellum. All right. So let's see if my piece here is going to be wide enough. Yes, it is. So I can just rip off a little bit of this.
Oh, Margaret says, my daughter wants a boho style journal. I am lost on what that means.
Well, I don't know that I can help you with.
I don't know. I can. Yeah, you're gonna have to like do a search on boho and kind of.
Yeah, the boho's a little outside my wheelhouse.
Mine too.
Yeah. So I'm not going to do the exact same thing, but I do want the pages to be somewhat uniform. So that's why I'm kind of girl measuring my fabric here to kind of replicate what I did on the other journal. Okay, and I'm just tearing. I'm not trying to be super fancy or anything. So I'm just tearing. Okay, so this is going to be my base of my first signature page. And I'm glad I have this other one here as a reference. So I had done a class and when I did this signature page, I had used the book that I did in my class kind of as a guide, but I don't have that book anymore. I sold it. Robin is the proud owner of that book now.
Oh, is she?
Yes, she is. So we're going to wing it a little bit.
Oh, Lisa says, I totally understand boho. It will be bold, colorful material and cards, lots of medallions and swirls.
Okay. Perfect.
There you go.
That'll be awesome. Sounds amazing.
Hi, Jill. How are you?
Hello. How are you? Okay. So, you know what? I actually think I want... I'm going to get 2 white envelopes is what I think I want. And the envelopes are really helpful for just kind of making ready-made pockets. That's why I like using envelopes in journals, because then you can just decorate the envelopes and make these fun little ready-made pockets. They're ready to go. So first I'm going to grab a little bit of, actually, I think I'm going to use scrapbook paper because this is, and I'm going to cover this the best I can with scrapbook paper. Let me see. Ooh, I kind of like this one.
Oh, I agree. Lisa says, I'm thinking a steampunk journal would be fun to make. It would be so fun.
I think so too. That would be fun. So I'm thinking if I do, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead. Oh, but I don't want to mess up my, I don't know. Maybe I'll use this guy. I kind of like that. All right, so I'm gonna use this guy instead. And I'm going to go ahead and cut him out and then put him on my envelope before I glue that envelope down. Where is my pencil? The only thing about journaling, you guys, is you end up with paper like literally everywhere.
Well, I say it's like it's a production, you know.
It is. It is. It's like, okay.
I've told you, many of people have asked me, oh, do it on a live, can you do a live? It's a production. You have stuff, everywhere. You always have stuff everywhere anyways, but you literally, you have to have the cutter out. You have to have, all of the different corners and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It is. It's really a lot, but it's fun, right?
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I love this paper. Oh my gosh. This is the first time I'm using the scrapbook paper, so I'm dying inside a little bit right now because I'm in love with this polar bear. Okay. All right, so he's gonna go, and I'm not even gonna trim that. So I'm gonna just cover that like all the way up to the, oh look, it covers his face. You know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do is I will I'll put his face on the outside, and then the rest of it can be like his body. That's what I'll do. So I'll put his face there so that when we open it, you get to see his cute little face. And they're like, there are no rules to this, you guys, at all. So do what you want. And you can totally make it up as you go. I told Teri, I said, I don't have a plan because I want this to feel very free flowing and creative. And, and if you don't like something, it's just tape and glue and you cover it up. That's it, right?
Yep. So Rima says, in all seriousness, I feel like I have done junk journaling in another life.
Really? That's pretty awesome. If you have, gosh, that would be amazing. All right, so I'm going to glue this. This is double-sided tape. This is from AdTech, and I buy this like in packs of 12. And so you can glue it on. The express glue works pretty well, or you can tape it on, and I'm just going to tape it.
Oh, wow. So Kim says, my first time catching a live with Teresa. I've been binge watching all of your lives posted on your YouTube channel. I have learned so much from you. Thank you.
Oh, well,
so cool.
You. That's awesome. Thank you for joining. All right, so I'm going to get this one on here. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm actually going to put like I want a little bit of rice paper right under here just to kind of camouflage that, what is it? The brown, Let's do one of these. Let's do one of these on there. And then that's what we'll do. Okay, so fun, you guys. So fun to be here with you. Like I said, I don't get to come on here much, but
no, Teresa was saying, she goes, I think I can do a live, this week or, maybe when? Just tell me when. What time?
Well, Yvette wanted me to do a YouTube to do junk journal, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have time for that.
It's a lot, you could it's one thing to film, but it's another thing to edit, and if you're voiceovering or if you're doing edit texts, or oh my goodness, it's a lot.
So like, as much as I would love to do a YouTube on this, and I hope to eventually, I just figured this is what I have time for, so it's what I can do. So that's what you get at the moment.
Shannon says, I love the new ideas and inspiration. So, and Denise says, hello. Hi, Denise.
Hello, Denise. Hello, Denise. All right, so I'm just gonna tear. I don't need to go all the way down because what I'm trying to do is just kind of camouflage this little part right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna tape it, guys. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tape that, and then this little piece will just go right there. So, see what I mean? See what I did there?
Yep.
That's all I'm doing. And
Rima says it's the use of the fabric that sparked the feeling.
oh, really? Huh. Well,
so it's a sign, Rima. You got to start doing them. If you start doing it, it might just come back to you. But you did it in another life.
I think last time I did this, she was on and she was like, "Nope, I'm just going to buy the journal."
Well, you know why? Because you said something about sewing. See, look what she did. I knew it. Yeah. But I don't sew because you were talking about sewing in the signatures, and then she was like, "Nope, you lost me there.
Nope,
that's it."
I'm not going to sew, and I'm not going to take this all the way through to the sewing piece, you guys, because there are lots of videos where you can watch how the signatures actually get attached on the inside. So I'm not going to be sewing tonight. I'm just doing some pages so that you can sort of get the feel for how you might go about doing this yourself. Okay, so look at that. So we have the little polar bear here. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And then when you open it, you get this little tree line, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Actually, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my inker and I'm going to just dress it back just a little bit. So this is the Tim Holtz or the Ranger Vintage Photo ink. And we're just going to go along these edges just to give it a little bit of agey look. Okay. Not too crazy. Not too crazy, just a little bit. And then, oop, look, I lost my thing there. All right, so what I'll do here is I'll do a little bit right here. I'm not going to do it under his chin because I want it to look like a solid piece.
Drusella says, my mama would be in heaven watching you. She made so many of these kinds of journals, but now she is in heaven. But that's sweet.
Yeah, that is sweet. That is very sweet. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of glue. This is just press glue.
Lisa's telling Rima, you don't need to sew, just use Surebonder glue.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know of another way really to, I mean, I guess you could like fasten ribbons through, to get those signatures in, but it's still kind of like sewing, right? So I'm just gluing this down to one side. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something on this envelope as well. So when I'm doing a booklet or something, I'm pretty much working on one page at a time. So I'll do the inside first, and then I'll work on the outside of this. Do I have lace?
Yeah,
I do not have. I am choosing not to use lace on this one. I'm going to stick with the white fabric and sort of these wintry mixed colors. So I'm thinking here, I think I'm going to do the opposite corner. So I'm going to leave the polar bear for this side. And then on this side here, I'm just going to do the opposite edge of that paper and use the scrapbook.
Okay,
paper.
Lisa, thanks for being here. Have a nice rest of your Sunday. Hi, Teresa Cherry.
Hello. Hello, hello. How are you? All right. So we're going to keep it pretty simple for this, but you can definitely get very creative and add all kinds of wonderful little things. In fact, what I think I'm going to look for now is I got a pack, you guys. So I went a little bit crazy with the Tim Holtz stuff this this year.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's ridiculous. I can't be trusted. I really can't be trusted. So I'm going to try to find one that maybe I can put right down here. It's like Santa's Village, celebrating a little too much. Snow always reminded her of Christmas.
Have you seen the one that Tim Holt? It's like it's not the snarky words, but it's like the funny, like sarcastic ones.
Like the cat?
Yeah, I need to get a hold of that. I want to make a journal with that, with like all of the comic, what do you call it? All the colorful girls. Why can't I think of what they're called? The rice paper that we
the comics papers.
Yeah. Well, that with all of the the snarky comments,
yes.
I think that would be so cute.
Like the retro 50s.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see.
Yes, Sandy. Sandy says, I'm coming on late. Are you making a journal from scratch? Yes, she is.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda we are. Well, I can't find one that I like on this one. Let's look at this one. The beauty of the winter sky. White Christmas bells are ringing. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. This one says the first snow had fallen. Look. And it's just a little touch. I mean, it's just to give it something a little bit extra and interesting. Mm-hmm. You know, and sometimes that's what you're doing is you're just kind of giving those little hidden meaningful touches to something. So that's what I love about junk journaling is it's like you can embed so many fun little surprises and just really make it special and unique.
Well,
did I lose you?
No, Troy was walking up. Sorry. Yes, son. He's got a little bit of string hanging from his shirt, and he wants it off.
Okay. So. Hi, Troy. Mom, help me. I'm sure my son will be looking for dinner here pretty soon.
He'll come in. And Mom,
we having dinner soon? How long are you going to be, Mom? Yeah. Fun. I do it so effortlessly. So I'm going slow right now, y'all. I mean, this is slower than I want to be going, but it's okay. I mean, even if we only do a couple pages, I really just wanted you to get the idea. And each one can be a little bit different, or you can keep doing the same thing and just make it a little bit smaller. It's your book. Do what you want, All right, so here I've got this one. So let's do a little bit here. Make it how you want it. Don't let anybody else tell you what to do.
Margaret said you do this so effortlessly. Goodness Lord. Effortlessly. I could talk. I can.
Well, it was funny because when I was on vacation, I'd finish a page and then I would text Nancy and she'd be like, how are you doing that so fast? She's like, it takes me hours to do a page. I'm like, really? Just throw it together. Like, I'm just throwing stuff together. That's all I'm doing. Kitchen your son is being in the kitchen these days.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, is your son doing the cooking? That would be nice.
And the cleaning?
Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do the same thing here. It's just a little camouflage here. And then we'll get this one on. And I do go through a lot of tape. So
oh yeah,
just be prepared because there's a lot of tape that's happening here.
Oh, she says, Rennie says yes.
Yeah? Okay. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, mine is, I taught him how to make mac and cheese. And he wants me to teach him how to make cheese quesadillas. So that will be next. Okay, so there we go. That's this side. Isn't that cute? Let me go ahead and ink that.
Jurassic Park is on TV, and she watches TV. It's so nuts to me. It's Onyx. Yeah, Onyx. It's just crazy. She watches. She's so aware of the TV, and right now, little dinosaurs are on TV, and she's barking at them.
She wants to go dinosaur hunting, Mom.
So I was going to ask you, how old is Evan?
He is 10. He'll be 11 in February.
See, I'm thinking that was about the age Trevor was when he really was interested in knowing things in the kitchen too. Like he wanted to learn how to do like macaroni salad, and he wanted to, you know, of course, the easy stuff like breakfast, you know, eggs, bake, all this stuff. But he was like, he wanted to be in there. And then, of course, you know, then that went away after, you know, but yeah, he was really into it for a while. He had even said that he wanted to be a cook for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Hi, Miriam.
Very good. So there's my inside. I can try to find another little word message here that might fit. Let's see. The snow had fallen. Maybe to repeat that, maybe to continue that sentiment here. How about this one? The beauty of the winter sky. I kind of like that one. The beauty of the winter sky. So
I like the coloring on there too, that they're not that stark white.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty? So we got the polar bear on one side and then his rock situation on the other side. And that I think is like all I'm going to do here. I might tuck a piece of something. Here's my little envelope that from all the little pieces of ephemera that I cut already. So maybe I tuck like a little journal card or something. Ooh, how about this guy? He's cute. Oh, he's not cut out yet. I need your scanning. No,
did you guys hear how that
yeah, not that one. Nope.
She's like, nope, putting that one back in the pack.
No, that one's going right back in the little thing. But I have all these little scraps. Let's see. This is where, so it's nice to have a little envelope where you can kind of keep all your little pieces, like particularly themed by the journal that you're currently working on, right? So when I'm done here, when I clean up, I'll come in and take all these little scraps and I'll stick them in this envelope so that I can pull it back out next time I work on this. Let's see, what do I have here?
Hi, Lisa.
A piece of music. This guy, I'll just cut him out. I mean, let's just cut him out. It's fine.
You can do it. Come on.
Cut him out. So this little snowman here, he's going to be very cute inside. But a lot of people, so what some people do, it even is like they work on, they're called like little clusters. And they're like little cards or little things meant to tuck inside these little pockets, which I think is kind of a cool idea. So if I had little clusters of things built, and they just make it even more interesting, because then when you open up the pockets, you have fun little other things to look at, right? So you can get really, really crazy with this stuff, you guys. I mean, people go nuts for it.
Margaret says you're so organized.
You haven't seen the rest of the. Yeah, not so much. So yeah, I took this little, I took my, like a whole big suitcase on vacation with me full of all this stuff. And this is what I did on vacation was, so here's a little snowman, and I can ink around the edges of him.
So Karen has a question. She says, I have a question. Is there any more papers or vellums that should be purchased at the same time as the journal kit?
If there's something that speaks to you that you think you would use, then probably those. Like I didn't do every single paper in the vellum. I only did the ones that I thought would translate nicely to journaling. So for example, like this patterned pines paper, I think works really well for the journal collection. And this is vellum, and you can see how you can see the sheet music through it. So think of it kind of in terms of that, like, what are you going to use? What's your theme? What are you going to stick with? And then go from there. So you can really go in a few different directions.
And I will tell you that it all works well together. Yeah. So, right. If you want to mix and match, you most certainly can. But yeah, it's not necessary. It's like Teresa said, if it speaks to you, but if it does, like I said, they all mix and work great with each other. So.
Yeah, right. So like when I first started doing designing papers, I had feedback that, I needed to do things a little bit more thematically because I did a lot of one-off papers here and there. And I did. So I was like, okay, I like this paper. That's nice. And then I would stop. And then, I go and I design another paper completely unrelated to the first paper. And then I would stop. So you had all these beautiful papers that didn't really flow together. And it worked for a while. But what we're doing now is we're really designing complete collections that coordinate kind of along particular lines and themes that are meant to be used together. So you don't have to have it all, but if you have, 3 or 4 papers from the collection plus the sets and the scrapbook, then you can really make something cool.
So Rennie is asking, is that the same as little snippets?
Yes, that's what I'm that's what I'm talking about. So like here, this is what I'm doing here is I'm making a little snippet kind of card that I can tuck inside my little pocket.
And then Shannon is asking, where will these journal kits be available? Our retailers have them now.
Shannon. They have them now. Yep. They have them now.
I'll put the link in for you, or if you have your favorite one. But yeah, they have them now.
They sure do. They sure do. And we actually have some retailers who sell these little Tim Holtz words too. So we don't sell them, but a lot of our retailers do. Okay, so here we go. So this one says the wintry landscape. So here's just a little cluster that I made.
So
kind
cute.
of like a little ATC that I'm just going to stick right into this little pocket so that when somebody goes and pulls this out, they'll see it. Isn't that cute? So anyway, just more, paper crafting, kind of get creative 101, etc. So here's the start to one page. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this outside cover and the back with something else. And then we're probably going to call it a night. I just really wanted to kind of show you how I would go about doing a series of signatures. This one's complete. For my book, for the size of this book, I probably need to have 3 or 4 of these. Probably definitely at least 3, but 4 would make it really, really chunky. So I'm going to do 3 and then we'll see, so I'm going to keep going and then off camera, of course. And then when I'm done at some point, I'll be able to share my finished piece.
Right, Kathy is asking, do you actually journal on the clusters?
I don't know. I don't write things or anything. I'm not a journal. Like you certainly could, but I don't keep diaries or write stuff like that. It's not my thing, but a lot of people do, and you certainly could. All right, so here I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit of the white snowflake paper, and I'm going to layer that on.
Hi, Patty. Pixies Designs by PK. Patty's here.
Hi, Patty. How are you? All right. Got lots of little threads. And it's fun, like if you have different ribbon to make different textures and stuff like that too. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and glue this, but I'm not going to glue this side because I want to leave room for a little pocket. I remembered the pocket this time. So this is going to get glued down and this side stays open so that I can have another, like I need more places to put stuff, right? You do though. You need all the places to put stuff.
Julie says, so exactly what is the point to this? Just a decorative thing?
I don't know. You tell me, what is the point?
Oh my goodness. So Julie, not only they're so fun and relaxing to make, I find. But you can use it for anything. You can use it as a journal. You can use it as a diary. You can use it for your pictures. You can, mementos. You can use it and do whatever you want with it. It's the fun point and part of junk journaling, right? So you create it however you want. There's no rules. And you do whatever you want with it. So
there's no point.
No point. There really is no point.
There really isn't.
Oh, I am creative. I am a creative magpie. Wants to know what glue that is that you're using.
What glue? This is Pentart Express glue. That is my glue of choice. Trust me, for this particular purpose, I tried several different glues, including glues from Hobby Lobby, because I forgot to bring my glue on vacation with me. So, and the whole time I was wishing I had my express glue. So that's the glue that I use.
Hi, Callie.
So I'm trying to make something with kind of a weird, like a interesting edge here. So it's not all just always like straight cuts and perfect edges. And some people just like the tactile experience of paper, of ripping paper and gluing things and, like construction, like, how kids are always making stuff with paper, right? So a lot of times that can be, it's just to relax and.
Well, and Rennie just said, when I was in therapy, I was assigned to do a journal on the person I wanted to be.
Wow. There you go. But I could probably do like I could probably sit and cut up a magazine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't even have to be materials that you buy, like for this purpose. It can be anything, literally.
Right. Right.
And we're designing stuff to help you see how you could put things together, right? But you could do this with anything. So I have a pocket here on this side, and now I'm going to do a pocket at the top. So we're going to have a pocket and a pocket, right? So how fun is that? So we've got a pocket at the top.
Julie says that's what I like. No point.
Right. No point whatsoever.
Callie, do we have a new kit? I mean, this is the kit that came out with Christmas. It's not
This is
the journal kit that came with the Christmas release.
Yep. So here's
Hi, Vanessa.
tag. This tag is ready to go. So here's a tag, and what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to make a double-sided tag. I want the house. Do I have the house tag? I got a house journal card. Where's my house tag? Maybe I'll just do this one. So I got these two, and I'm going to smush them together. I mean, and the fun thing is like, okay, so I started this, I literally had no plan. And then you kind of sit back and go, well, okay, I created something literally with no plan. I find this, okay, honestly, I find this to be very, it's a lot less stressful than like mixed media, where you're upcycling something or painting something. I think it's a lot more like low stakes. Like if you mess up, so what?
Yeah.
Only you know about it. Who cares?
So, Callie, you're saying you have the 12 by 12 and 6 by 6, but then you're talking about the scrapbooking paper. We actually have a journal kit.
This is a journal kit.
Yeah. So there's a journal kit that came out with our last two releases, actually. So, you have, if you're saying 12 by 12 and 6 by 6, that's the actual scrapbooking paper, but there's actually the journal kit too.
Yeah, and I want to show you. So you do get there is a lot of overlap in, for example, the scrapbook kit and the journal kit. There is overlap for sure. But what I was very intentional about trying to do was to make them different enough. So here we've got this, it's the same bird, but to make them different enough so that they're not necessarily replicating. There's replication for sure, but that they're more complementing rather than repeating, if that makes sense. And I'm not going to tell you that you need both to make a successful journal. Trust me, I used to do this with just scrapbook paper. But some people don't understand like how to translate scrapbook paper into junk journaling. So we wanted to really make a product specifically for junk journaling.
Right.
And that's why we have the journal kit. But you don't necessarily, you could do the same type stuff with just scrapbook papers, right, Teri?
Right. Yeah, because, it in our journal kit, there is a page specifically that you can cut out for ephemera. There is this page that you can specifically use for the belly bands. There's this, and the signatures. So it really makes it a lot easier. But if you have scrapbook paper, you can do all of that as well. But yeah, so
scraps of paper. For sure. All right, let me see if I can find something to add. I don't like the green there. Let's see if I can find something to add to this little corner here. I got all kinds of stuff in here, you guys. Let's see. Little bits and little. So like if I had, I'm not going to go through all my Tim Holtz stuff, but I'm sure I have like a little piece of Tim Holtz something that would be fine there.
Okay, Rima. Thank you for being here. We'll see you later.
Bye, Rima. See you next time. Let's see. Seasons Greeting.
I like that one, Teresa, that book.
Thank you.
It's got a lot.
I just put this little tag here.
Yeah, I really like the fabric look. I like, because I could just tell like the texture. I'm a texture person. So I just love all of the different. Yep, Jackie says this is so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. And then you know, you could put a little bit of silver, or actually, you know what? I've got some crystal paste here, some ice paste. You could put a little bit of like ice crystals on the tree. Let's go ahead and do that. Why not? You know, why not? So you can take a little bit of your other products. These come in pens too. And just put a little bit of, really make it kind of a little mixed media.
Yeah.
Piece.
Again, no rules.
No rules at all. So you can add, you can use all your other little products that you have, make it a little bit shiny.
Drusilla says the top right corner of the light fabric is bothering her.
Let's fix that for her. We need to fix that, don't we?
Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness. Yes.
I'm not sure if I can fix it without, like, because I wanted Tara to fix it. Is that better? Is that better? Okay. So here's the front cover done. I might add a couple little words. Let's see. I like these. I love these little white words here. So
she's laughing now.
Okay, let's see.
And Margaret says this is beautiful.
Thank you. Here we go. This is fun. It says snow always reminded her of Christmas. It reminds me of Christmas too. So, okay, so there's this one.
Love it.
I'm gonna let this dry because now I've got ice crystal paste on it, so I don't want to flip it over and start working on that other side. But you can see now I have the beginnings to another booklet here, and these can stack, right? So when I put them together, I'll have three sort of large red things that are all going to stack inside my book. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start decorating the cover. Let me do that. And then I think we're going to call it a night because I got to go grocery shopping. So I got to make some decisions about what I'm going to do with my cover. Let's see. And I didn't show you guys even half of what I wanted to show you, but we could be here all night, you know, doing this. Okay.
Literally though, literally.
Yeah. And I may have to come back sometime during maybe what I'll do, because I've got lives on Tuesday, Teri.
Yeah, it's just come in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you guys, I painted my cardinal. I did paint him. I don't know how many of y'all realize that, but I painted him. So guess what? I think he's going to be my cover, but Teri's journal had that bird on it. So let me see if I can find the other one, because I painted this one too. So I think I'm going to put this guy on my cover. And that house, I like the house. So this is going to go on my cover, kind of probably just like that, I think. Probably just like that. We're going to get that on there. and at least get this thing like started in terms of decoupage. I didn't wrap this in paper. You really should, but I didn't. I just painted over the Tyvek. The paper would give it a little bit more structure though. You really should wrap it in white paper, but I'm not going to. Do as I do, do as I say, not as I do. Please wrap yours with white
Julie
paper.
says, I really, really want that large cardinal paper.
Yeah, it's back in stock. So we were sold
no,
out.
Callie said, I thought Teri's journal was going to be in her auction. I was waiting to bid on it.
No, I commented on her post. I was like, no, she made it for me. No, Callie. Hands off, baby. No, she made that journal for me.
I didn't even post the journal, the finished one, until Teresa had it. Yep. Like, nope, it was already on its way and gone.
Yep. So I'll show it. I'm going to pull it out and show it to you guys so you can see it. But first, let me get this on here. And then I think I'm going to stop for tonight, but this is what the outside of my journal will look like. And I'll add probably like maybe some snowflake stencils and definitely some sparkle. Yeah. There's definitely going to be some sparkle happening for sure.
Rennie is saying, how do you think a leather type fabric would work as a cover?
You could definitely do that. I think that would be beautiful. I have seen, these techniques will work just fine with cloth covers of any kind for sure. But we live in the decoupage world over here, so
yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Anytime I don't use rice paper, it's hard. I constantly, it's like I can decoupage everything. I just want everything.
That's it. And because we have to make samples to show people how to use our papers. Yeah. And so we are constantly finding all the ways, we're constantly finding all the ways to get creative and how to use these things, guys. So, but you could definitely use fabric. I mean, that would be totally fine. In fact, the traditional bookbinding techniques all use fabric, we just kind of took it and said, oh, you can use rice paper.
What is the name and number of the paper that she's putting on the cover? I think so.
This is Winter Cardinal number 520. Winter Cardinal number 520.
Yes, Rennie, you absolutely could decoupage on top of the fabric.
Yep, absolutely. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, you could wrap this whole thing in fabric and then decoupage over it also. I'm not going to, but obviously. Okay, so that's going to be what my cover looks like. Of course, I'll do some painting. I'll add some more decoupage over here, and I'll do some on the inside. It will be very pretty when it's done. I'm going to continue this week, so watch me at Teresa Rene Art if you would like to see more progress on this journal. But before we stop, let me pull out the one that Teri made, you guys, so you can see it. We'll put mine aside and let's focus on hers for a minute while I have her so she can kind of talk us through what she did. Completely different techniques, right?
Yes.
Teri? Same materials, different techniques.
Correct.
This over.
Margaret said she followed you. You are great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. So here we go. Yeah. You know what? Let me get I'm going to put some fabric down so I don't mess it up. Okay. Here we go. Ready? You guys, look at this. How gorgeous. Is this the scrapbook paper?
Yes, that one is the scrapbook paper. Yes.
I need more room on the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
So this folds out. And then we've got all these little neat little cards here. And I like the look of it on the black. I think that's really pretty.
Yep. So you can back it if you wanted to. And then there's a little tuck there with your little bulb there by the pocket. That's just a little tuck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is just a folio, and you could literally journal, put pictures on every part of this. It's the hard time. It's hard to cover it all, right? But that's what they're intended for, is to journal and do things on top of it. But when the paper is so pretty, it's like, I don't want to.
There's some magnetic stuff happening here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple of magnets in here because there's so many flips and folds that, And then the little envelope.
We've got the little envelope down here, and she put a little piece of Velcro on it. Mm-hmm. We got little keys. Oh my gosh.
And then the envelope I left as also a pocket or a tuck. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we'll open this up. Look at that.
More pockets and more stuff.
So I love the grommets.
The little flowers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So cute. There's my guy.
There's your guy. So so that's what I'm talking about. It's so hard because the papers are so beautiful, but it's intended to be covered by pictures or writing or whatever you want to do to it. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you got to figure out how it goes back.
And how it goes back together. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I showed my daughter and she was like, Mom, I want that. I'm like, no, this is mine, sweetie. This is all mine.
So again, more pockets, because there are some pictures you don't want to stick down, right? But you want to have it all together. So that's what our pockets are for. And there's the cardinal again.
Yep. So she actually used the signature pages from the journal packs.
Yep.
Here.
Yep. Those are exactly what those are. Uh-huh.
And this is the vellum. Look at this. So this is a vellum sheet with the cozy cardinal over top of the tag, and they're the exact same size. Look how cute that is. The penguin family. I love the penguin family.
And then
see, that's how I know it's mine.
That's how you know it's yours. Yep.
Mine.
And then I just did another tuck over there. And then, and use that's one of the ephemera packs. I just made it out of a pocket. And then that's actually one of the 6x6s. And I cut it so that way it's a continuous picture, but it's what we call a waterfall. So that way pictures can go, on both sides of that. But when it's down, it has, a full picture. So
if I were to put any pictures at all in here, this is where I would put them.
Yeah.
Not pretty.
But so and that's what I was saying to you guys. It all, so this particular one has the 12x12, the 6x6s, their journal pack, and the vellum. So it all works perfectly together.
Yeah. And the other thing that I love about this set so much is that you've got the traditional greens and reds. Mm-hmm. But then you also have the blues and the winter.
Yes.
And they coordinate, it's like they're kind of seamless, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Isn't that cool? Look at this. So you could probably even throw in some of our last Christmas, the Christmas set from 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. And then you just have to know how to lop it and flip it all back together.
Right. Yep. We need instructions, right?
I know. So that's why it's called the folio, because then it just, folds all back together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's the back. Gorgeous.
So thank you guys. Thank you.
So that is all the time we have for tonight. I'm going to go grocery shopping, you guys, but thank you for hanging with me while we worked on 3/4 of a signature page, right?
And make sure you are, go back to her page so she can, she said she'll work on more of it with you guys. So make sure it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'll do some more this week, and we're not going to finish, but we can plow through it a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you guys. Well, that's it for me. I hope y'all have a great evening.
Have a great rest of your evening. Talk to you soon. Bye.